Welcome to the stream, everyone. My name is Brian Craig, and this is where MAGA comes to talk. And man, oh man, we got a lot to talk about. Okay, so President Trump is not messing around. He's making his first moves against the lawfare criminals. And if you look at what's going on, these psychopaths that have been waging all these years of lawfare, now that he's president of the United States, they're trying to do it again. You see Leticia, they're all in court suing. What, you think some federal judge that puts old ladies in prison for praying in front of clinics, you think is running the country, or Leticia James is running the country, that they're going to be able to go to court and find some Obama judge, Biden judge, Clinton judge, or some old fossil Jimmy Carter judge? There's got to be one still out there. And they're going to tell the president of the United States what he could do? That ain't going to happen. I know they're trying to do that. And the way that Trump will handle this, I love these people are out of their freaking minds. I know how Trump will handle this. He's going to keep doing what he's doing until he gets to the Supreme Court. And if the Supreme Court says, well, that's, they're the final say, and then they have to do something. But all these others are out of their minds, and he's making some big moves. Now, the security clearances, this is one step. Now, he took Biden's security clearance away from him, and now he's taken Blinken, Leticia James, and Alvin Bragg's security clearances from them. Now, I don't know why the hell Leticia James and Alvin Bragg have top secret security clearances. Why do they even have that? And I'm going to read through this article. Maybe it tells us, but why do they even have that? But he took Biden's away, and I'll tell you why he took Biden's away. He took Biden's away because Biden, he's now out of government. His entire family are degenerate drug addicts and people that just have, if you name a vice, Biden's family has at least one member that has it, okay? And most of them, like Hunter, have multiple vices. And these people in his family, they're all bums that have been living off of Pops here. And now Biden doesn't have any more favors to sell. So they got what they got. And when you're dealing with a family of with junkies and lowlives with all these different vices, they go through money like nobody's business. You ever see Casino? Remember at the end, Sharon Stone, all she had was like a bag of quarters at the end. Remember that? That's how they are. So Trump took the security clearance away from Biden in large part so that the Biden family didn't start selling secrets to try to keep up with their habits. But now he's gone after Blinken, Leticia James, and Alvin Bragg. And let me go through this, because maybe we'll find out why these New Yorkers have these security clearances. This is Fox News. President Donald Trump decided Saturday to remove security clearances for several Democrats, including former Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, and New York Attorney General Leticia James, who, and you could make a good case that Leticia and Alvin Bragg could very well end up in jail somewhere, both of whom are vocal Trump critics, Fox News has learned. Bad guy, take away his passes, Trump told the New York Post of Blinken, Biden's Secretary of State. Leticia James and Bragg were involved in prosecuting Trump in New York last year, and James' office filed a lawsuit on Friday. See, this is what I'm talking about. Leticia James is criminally insane and mentally unfit. Okay? Leticia James filed a lawsuit on Friday on behalf of 18 other Democrat state attorneys generals over the Department of Government Efficiency's access to Treasury Department payment systems. So the real criminals are the ones catching the bank robbers, right? Not the bank robbers that are robbing the federal treasury, but the people that are catching them. Yeah, we're gonna let the Attorney General of New York City run the country. Are you out of your mind? Former National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan, Biden's deputy Attorney General Lisa Monaco, and attorneys Andrew Weissman, Mark Zaid, and Norm Eisen also had their clearances revoked. Why do these people all have security clearances? Bragg and Leticia James, does anyone know? And I don't want to hear anything about 9/11. They got nothing to do with any security in New York. In fact, they make it less secure. I said an anti-Trump lawyer also represents anonymous FBI agents suing the Department of Justice to block the public ID of agents investigating the J6 riots. I bet they are. The FBI works for Trump. He can fire whoever he wants to fire. He's the chief executive. He also worked with the House Democrats on Trump's first impeachment. The move comes a day after Trump stripped his predecessor, Biden, of security clearances and access to presidential daily briefs. There's no need for Joe Biden to continue receiving access to classified information, Trump wrote on Truth Social Friday. He added the president was set by Biden himself because apparently they took Trump's security clearances away from him. These are sicko, psycho people. He set the precedent in 2021 when he instructed the intelligence community to stop the 45th president of the United States, me, from accessing details on national security, a courtesy provided to former presidents, Trump wrote. At the time, Biden claimed Trump was exhibiting erratic behavior. Well, if you're a crazy man like Biden, maybe a sane person seems erratic. The Her report revealed Biden suffers from poor memory, and even it goes on and on. It doesn't say anything about why Leticia and Bragg have security clearances, but they've been revoked. And you know what I'm really curious about that is I would imagine if they have the security clearances, they've had to access classified information, and I'm sure there's a record of that. And I mean, you look at these two, Alvin Bragg and Leticia James, and you might think there's an obesity epidemic in the city of New York, right? I mean, my goodness. It says here that he's also, there's a good article here, I'm not going to go through it, in the Gateway Pundit. He has also barred Alvin Bragg and Leticia from entering federal buildings. These are bad people. Why this is happening, there's a lot of reasons why it's happening. Okay, we know what these people are all about. However, one of the reasons it's happening is they don't recognize him as the president, because all other than Trump, every single one of the presidents of the United States, going back to George Washington, has always been a part of the political establishment of their day. There's never been someone who's made it on their own who wasn't a part of the political establishment. These people are groomed. I mean, we found out this week that Obama's mother worked for USAID. So that means his mother was probably deep state CIA. Okay, they're all connected. They're all part of a club, whether it's like the Bushes and it's inherited or something. But Donald Trump is the only one that's not a part of the club. That's why they came up with that fake Russian dossier that the Clinton campaign paid for, because he wasn't part of their club, but they thought with this Russian dossier they could, run an extortion racket and get him under control to play ball with him. And Comey threw it on his desk the first time he was president-elect, and he kicked him out. Now, if you'd like to call in, the number is toll-free. It's the same number I use every day of the week, 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, good morning, Brian. This is Nick out of Baltimore.
Hey, Nick, what's up?
I just wanted to tell you, don't worry about Alvin and the Trump monks, because come Monday morning, Pam Bondi will file a writ, and this will all switch around. Well,
Leticia James could very easily find herself suspended from her job by Pam Bondi at some point. She is lawless.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's very possible. I mean, she's the Attorney General of the United States, and Leticia James is an outlaw.
Right, because Trump has control of the DOJ now. He has the armed forces. He has everything.
Yeah.
So, and I heard last night, because President Trump is down where you are, he's at Mar-a-Lago, and he said he told Elon Musk people, keep on doing what you're doing. Go straight ahead.
And that guy that they fired, that they pushed out, Elon hired him back. Trump told him to hire him back. So he's back.
Oh, yeah, the guy that had the name.
Big Balls.
Yeah.
I didn't know Balls was
I went in there and I tweeted, bring him back.
Yeah. Well, Nick, it's good. It's good to hear from you. I appreciate the call.
Bring him back.
All right, take care. Take care, Nick. All right, good call from Nick. Yeah, if you'd like to call in, if you're watching live, you can call in. If you're not watching live, obviously you can't. But the number's toll free no matter where you're watching. 1-888-465-2631. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mike from Louisiana.
Hey, Mike.
Would it not surprise you? We know that Leticia James and Alvin Bragg had them, but would it not surprise you if Fanny Willis had a top secret clearance?
No, and it's possible that they were involved in. Yeah, you make a very good point. Thanks for the call there, Mike. I would not be surprised if Fanny had a top secret clearance, because there's obviously been, and I want to know when Leticia and Bragg got theirs. It's very possible, and we know, right, that Fanny, Bragg, Leticia, and Merrick Garland, they were all coordinating, which is illegal. And perhaps they gave them access to information and gave them security clearance so that they could see certain information. Yeah, I would not be surprised if Fanny had one too. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Chris from the great state of Maine. My question is, do you think they're going to revoke Obama's clearance?
Maybe. I don't know. I know they were saying that happened on X, but I haven't seen that in any news accounts yet. It probably would not be a good idea to do that, because then they'll play the race card.
You really think so?
Of course. The Democrats play the race card. That's all they got. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw Maxine Waters the other day trying to bully that guard.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a question. How did Maxine Waters become a millionaire? She lives in a house that's like over 5,000 square feet in L.A., like a mansion. How does someone afford that when they work for the government their whole life?
Yeah.
A Doge house?
Exactly.
Doge housing? The Doge should look into that. It may be one of those USAID homes.
Yeah, you're right. You're exactly right.
I need one of those USAID homes. My goodness. If you notice, they are in a panic over the Doge. That's why Leticia's filing this lawsuit.
And I think BLM is going to be worrying too.
They're already. BLM is evaporated. That is no longer an organization. But the thing about Leticia James, it's not just that she's crazy, because she's a liberal Democrat and a black woman. She's never heard no before. She's always gotten what she wanted, like Fanny, because they play the race card. So people like Leticia James, who are a female, black, and a Democrat, are not used to not getting what they want. Right? So she doesn't understand that she's going up against the Attorney General and President of the United States now. She's out of her mind. If she were smart, she would dropped all her cases against Trump and went on with her life.
Yeah, her career's over.
Well, maybe her freedom. I mean, she's an outlaw. Hey, appreciate the call. We've started off with some good calls. If you'd like to call in, please do. 1-888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call no matter where you're watching. 888-465-2631. I want to tell you guys, my wife made these really cool Trump stickers, and you can buy them. You get 2 sets of them for $10, and there's a link in the description of the video where you can purchase them. If you're watching live, I pinned. This is the website I'm going to pull up on the screen. There's a link in the description of the video. If you're watching live, The link to the store is pinned to the top of the live chat. It's stickersbythesea.com. Stickersbythesea.com. You get 2 sets of these. These are all made by my wife, Kathy. You get 2 sets of these for $10. And this is her website, stickersbythesea.com. All right, order yours. Pretty cool stickers, huh? Absolutely. Absolutely. I have some myself. So 2 sets for $10. Stickersbythesea.com. And again, the link to the store is in the description of the video. And if you're watching live, the link is pinned to the top of the live chat. So go and get them. They're really, really cool. I know some of you already bought them. Okay, so I lost my place here. Where am I? Oh, yes, here we go. Okay, these leftist podcasters are just, I don't know. They're losing their you-know-what. I've never heard of them before. Kara Swisher and Scott Galloway. This is in Mediaite, and Mediaite's pretty left wing, So but it's well read. I go to Mediaite every day. They have slammed members of Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency and called on Democrats to hold them accountable for what they've described as a coup. This Trump derangement syndrome that the left are suffering from right now is at an all-time high, okay? They've got this thing, for some reason, well, I know what it is. They think that President Trump has a very fragile ego. So they think if they keep saying President Musk, that his out-of-control ego won't be able to handle it. These people are stupid. Stupid, okay? One of the reasons that there's many reasons why Elon Musk is Trump's best friend, but out of everyone in America, Elon Musk is like his equal, right? He's the richest man who's ever lived, richest African-American too, don't forget, but the richest man who's ever lived in the history of humanity. And he's the one person that doesn't need or want anything from Trump. Everybody wants something from Trump, whether it's an autograph hat like I wanted, I finally got, a photograph, a job, something. Elon Musk is the one guy who's so rich and successful, he doesn't want anything from Trump. But regardless of that, this idea that it's a coup, maybe a coup against the bureaucracy that thinks they're the real government, but he is a direct representative. Tom Homan is the border czar. The border czar is a made-up position. There's no office of border czar, right? In fact, the Secretary of Homeland Security is involved in that area, but the border czar, we have drug czars sometimes. The border czar is a made-up title. There's no office of it. They have no authority. They do not have people underneath them. It's not like an agency, but they're an advisor and a direct representative of the President of the United States, whoever that president is. And Elon Musk at DOGE, Nick, Echo Base Network, $10 super chat. Thank you. Every day in the Trump administration is like Christmas. Absolutely it is. Thank you for that super chat. And the president, you can see on the screen, is thanking you too, Nick. Elon Musk is kind of, I don't know what czar would, if Homan is the border czar, what would the DOGE czar be? Would Elon, do you like that title, DOGE czar? Maybe I like government corruption czar. Maybe. I don't know. You guys could tell me. But he is like Tom Homan. He's just the DOGE czar or the federal government corruption czar. One of those things. There's no coup. He works directly for the president. In fact, President Trump, even in one of the Oval Office executive order signings towards the middle or end of the week, and he was taking questions, he said that if Elon came across something he wanted to cut that the president didn't want to cut, he'd overrule him. So there's no coup going on, but they could keep telling them. It's just like this thing with the eggs. Did you hear me on Friday? I got a call from that idiot, Never Trumper Steve. What kind of guy calls himself Never Trumper Steve? I've got some ideas on that, but anyway. He mentioned the egg prices, and I asked, and he lives in Florida like I do. He lives a couple counties north of me, And in Florida, we have one major grocery store, which is Publix. Well, there's other grocery stores, but Publix is the big one. There's a Publix within like a mile of everybody's house in Florida. And he mentioned the high price of with the eggs coming down, and they laugh. It's like they got these liberals always have talking points, no matter what point it is in history. As long as I've been doing this, they always have these idiotic, stupid talking points. And he started to, well, when's he going to bring the egg prices down? And I just happened to be at the grocery store the day before and saw I went to buy cat food, and I went out of my way to look at the egg prices because I thought it might come up because I hadn't gone to the grocery store in a while and I knew what they were. So I said to him, well, how much are eggs? And he didn't know. Well, eggs were under $6. It was like $5.49 a dozen for the Publix brand eggs. And I was surprised to see them that low because the way that the media and the Democrats had been talking, I thought eggs were like 10 or 12 bucks a dozen. But they were under $6, like $5.49, $5.59, $5.29. It was $5-something-9. I can't remember the exact price. And this was Wednesday, Thursday. I happened to be at the grocery store and saw it. And I'm still seeing people talk about egg prices all over the internet. And sometimes they have video. And then I noticed when they go over the egg prices, they're not looking for the store brand. They're going for these weirdo exotic brands like the brown cruelty free, non-feed fed, whatever all natural fed, whatever they got. I don't know. So if you go to these exotic bullshit brands, I'm sorry to you, but an egg's an egg. What's the difference between the store-bought egg and the one from the cruelty-free farm that's fed some special feed? Would you know the difference in the eggs? But they go to those exotic eggs, and those are always expensive. But the store-bought brands are fine. And he was shocked. In fact, not only was never Trumper stupid Steve shocked about it, he said, oh, I'm going to have to go and check that out. Oh, well, okay. Well, go check it out. I'll hear from him about that on the 5th of Never. But, come on, give me a break. Stick with the egg prices. That's all they got are the egg prices, which are fine. Everything can always be cheaper, but they're not out of the realm of affordability. But anyway, let me get back to these lunatics. These podcasters, and these two, don't they look happy? Keep in mind, this Mediaite is liberal, and this is a story on a liberal news site about these liberal Trump derangement syndrome sufferers, and those are the photos they chose of them? Oh my goodness. They both just look miserable. But anyway, let me get to this. They're attacking Elon Musk. They're describing it as a coup. During a Friday episode, they're getting so much publicity for their podcast. I should get so much publicity for mine. During a Friday episode of their Pivot podcast, Swisher and Galloway discussed Musk's recent efforts to upend the federal workforce by having members of DOGE shrink the government through massive layoffs. The pair also touched on DOGE's access to Treasury payment systems. Well, somebody's got to look at... By the way, the members of the DOGE team, we found this out from the Treasury Secretary, gave an interview a couple days ago. The DOGE team members that have access to the Treasury Department payment portal, they work for the Treasury Department. In fact, the Treasury Secretary was involved in their final interview. So he hired them personally. So they're just not, And that one they fired, Big Balls, I saw a video on YouTube about that kid yesterday. Did you see what he did? With the scrolls from Mount Vesuvius, did you see this? They had these charred scrolls that from the Mount Vesuvius eruption, and expert historians and archaeologists had been trying to read these scrolls, but they were so burned and charred, nobody could do it, right? And these team of egghead college professors offered a $40,000 prize to anyone in the world who could get inside these scrolls. Well, the Big Balls from, I don't know his real name. We'll just call him back. Everyone's going to call him Big Balls forever, Big Balls from DOGE. When he was a student, was at the University of Nebraska. He had these two They look like Windows computers in his closet of his dorm room, and he used some type of AI to find the words on them and be able to read them. It was in Greek. And the first word he found, I remember, was purple. I mean, this guy's a genius. In fact, this video that I saw of him on YouTube was done by the University of Nebraska to show that geniuses go to the University of Nebraska. That's who's on DOGE, okay? And they work for the Treasury Department. But anyway, these two buttes, these two, this is what Trump derangement syndrome looks like. Oh my goodness. I thought liberals thought old white people shouldn't have a voice. Why are these two old white people voicing their opinions? Come on. Where's the what's that liberal word? Inclusivity with the liberal gripers. Anyway, the pair touched on DOGE's access to Treasury payment systems. Galloway demanded that Democratic governors use the full faith and to the letter of the law to put DOGE workers under Musk in prison. See, more political prisoners, like the J6ers, right? Swisher agreed with her co-host before adding that DOGE workers are arrogant little, and then she used the P word that I am not going to say. Galloway described Musk's ongoing work with DOGE as a coup. A coup against who? He works for the President of the United States. Has Pete Hegseth involved in a military coup because he runs the Pentagon for the President? Let me just read this. I'm not going to play the audio. I'm going to read it to you. Galloway, I want to know who their names are. Really, want to dox them? What, make it an enemies list here? What is this, Joe McCarthy? By the way, if you're new to my channel, my name's Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Make sure you subscribe. You'll love my content, I promise you. I want to know who their names are. And I want to see a Democratic governor saying, I'm going to do everything I can in my power to use the full faith and to the letter of the law to put you folks in prison. Well, first off, I've had a lot of first offs here, but this is federal, not state, so they don't have any authority over that. I think what you're doing is trespassing. The President of the United States sends a team to find out where all the federal monies are being spent. That's trespassing. See, this is the deal. The bureaucracy and deep state think that they're the government, right? Not President Trump. I think what you're doing is trespassing. I think this is a coup. And be clear, just because the new insurrectionist who was elected, even Liz Cheney's kangaroo committee cleared him of insurrection. I don't believe this is legal. And I'm going to hold the people accountable who are trespassing and part of a coup. Accountable. To just sit back and say, this is horrible and this is unlawful. We need to go gangster. That's mighty wide of, not gangsta, gangster. We need to go gangster here. What does that mean? Is that a threat? And say, look, we are not negotiating around this stuff. This is illegal. Who's this guy think he is? This is one of the reasons Trump isn't dealing with the press and having these debates with the press. These people think they're his equal or even above him. This is illegal. This is a coup. This is unlawful seizure of power. We are not going to engage in these bullshit, ridiculous arguments over, Gaza and Greenland. We are going to hold the people accountable. Here are their names. Oh my goodness, he's doxing them. What a monster. That's a terrible thing to do. Then he shows them. And then he says, we've contacted local authorities where these kids live. They're trying to get local authorities to arrest the DOGE team. These people are out of their minds. They're openly now the Gestapo. Now, you could argue that nobody was listening to their podcast when this was said. Now people are talking about them, but I'm not going to listen to their podcast. Then Swisher comes in and says, and the question is, a lot of them are like, what do we do? They're literally asking me, what do we do to stop him? People are asking this person what to do about Trump. Who's asking her? I was like, you don't have the means to do so because these poor people are in the agencies. And when these idiots come in, these children, these arrogant little, and there she is with that P word, I'm not going to say, come in and say, we're going to call the federal marshals, or the president has ordered you to step aside. They kind of have to, you have to be resistant and be walked out by security. And then security doesn't know which one to listen to. You know what it sounds like to me? This sounds like an insurrection call, a call for insurrection against the president of the United States. She's asking for people to stand up in resistance against the president of the United States. Then Galloway comes in. Eventually, I'd like to see all of whatever it is, 48 or 49 U.S. senators and any Republicans who want to join. I'd like to see a couple of hundred members of Congress go to the effing building where this is and demand to go in and physically stop this. What, interrupt government business? They want members of Congress and others to interrupt government business, storm into government buildings under the authority of the president and interrupt government. That is, according to CNN and Rachel Maddow and all these people, that is an insurrection. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The left are calling for an insurrection. And now this is another good one. Look at this. This is great. Andrew McCabe. Listen to this, Andrew McCabe. He's the guy who was the acting FBI director, and Trump fired him like a couple days before his 20-year pension kicked in. Former deputy and acting FBI director Andy McCabe described the atmosphere of terror and panic at the FBI as agents anticipate the confirmation of Kash Patel. That's right. Yeah, they are, like Leticia James, outlaws. And they've been breaking a bunch of laws, and they've been doing it for years, okay? They've been doing it for years, and Trump's back, the thing about it is, it's really interesting because, grief, they don't even realize he's president yet, and they're in that stage of grief still over Trump winning, where they're in denial. They're in the denial phase of grief. And then Trump, he fired the head of the Kennedy Center, and she's, I'm not going. I'm here. I've got a term. Well, not only did he do that, did you guys see, this is amazing, did you see who President Trump named as the new chair of the Kennedy Center? Did you see this? Have you heard it? I'm going to show it to you. This article's in The Hill. It is not a joke. Look at this. Trump to name himself as the new board chair of the Kennedy Center. He named himself. This is awesome. President Trump said Friday he would end the terms of multiple members of the Kennedy Center board and make himself chair of a new board, putting himself at the helm of the Washington, D.C. cultural institution. I have decided to immediately terminate multiple individuals from the board of trustees, including the chairman, who do not share our vision for a golden age in arts and culture. We will soon announce a new board with an amazing chairman, Donald J. Trump, the president said on Truth Social. Oh, my goodness. That's a beautiful one. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the air. Yeah, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, hey, it's Joan from Tampa Bay.
Hey, Joan.
Elon and our President Donald Trump, they hit the nerve.
Yeah.
And that's why they're whacking out, because most of the money has never left the Beltway.
That's right. It's gone as far as Virginia, because a lot of them live in Northern Virginia. Yeah, but yeah, it's all for insiders. It's not foreign aid, it's D.C. aid.
Well, the Beltway and the surrounding area. Most of that money did not leave the Beltway.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe 1% went to the crap even.
Yep.
And, they hit a nerve, and they're afraid to be exposed.
Well, they are being exposed. Elon Musk is running Super Bowl commercials at his own expense, showing all of what they found.
I'm not a football person, but I'm going to watch it for the ads.
I don't watch the Super Bowl. I'm not into and I hate when, because I'll be on the air tomorrow live, the day after the Super Bowl. And a lot of people, when they're on the air the next day, they do these shows going over the Super Bowl commercials. And I have made it a big thing never to do that. You know, call in. Do you like the frogs? Do you like that thing? You know, it's killing time because they're all hung over from football. But this is a time I'm going to have to go through the commercials because Elon Musk is running DOGE commercials and President Trump is running commercials at his own expense as well on the Super Bowl.
And that's why I'm going to watch it. I'm not a football fan. I could care less, but I'm going to watch it just for the commercials.
Absolutely. But you're right. Their money's getting cut off. Some of these...
They hit the nerve.
Yeah.
That's why they're freaking out.
Well, what we're gonna find are some of these Washington people are gonna start getting their cars repossessed and their homes foreclosed on because they don't have their USAID money coming in to pay the bills.
And it ain't cheap to live up there because I did live up there for 2.5 years.
Yeah, and you probably don't live as high on the hog as these people like Bernie Sanders do.
Oh, no. I rented a house with 2 other friends.
Oh, no, these people all live in mansions.
Yeah.
No roommates. So. All right, good to hear from you. Thanks for the call. Yeah, if you're watching live, you can call me. It is 888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call no matter where you're watching. 888-465-2631. Now, this is pretty cool, all right? Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth is outing one of the Fox people saying she hates Trump. Did you see this? Listen to this. I love this. Boy, oh boy. Got to be nice to the weekend workers because they might be the big man down the road. Pete Hegseth has hit out at a Fox News journalist, this is in the Daily Mail, who posted a letter sent to the Defense Secretary from Congress questioning a home repairs bill. Jennifer Griffin. Remember her? He said she hates Trump. And a lot of people may say, who cares about Jennifer Griffin? But you know what? That was a warning. Pete Hegseth outed her as a Trump hater. She should hate her hairdresser. Look at her hair. Oh, my goodness. Someone's going to tell me she had cancer and that's why her hair is short or something. No. That's not the regrow from cancer. Yeah, he said she hates Trump. So that was a warning that Pete Hegseth sent out to other Never-Trumpers at Fox if they get out of line or out of control. He may out some of the other Never-Trumpers at Fox. I would love that. Oh, my goodness. That would be beautiful. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. This is Randy from South Mississippi.
Hey, what's up?
Just a quick comment. I just woke up and I turned your show on YouTube, and you do a fantastic job. And again, thank you for what you do and bringing truth to us people that we really don't know.
I'm waiting for the but. There must be a but coming with all these kind words.
Real quick, it's obvious that the reason why Leticia James and all these people got their security clearances so they can dig into Trump's past and bring him up and try to get him in prison. And one more quick comment, real quick, please, Brian. One thing that I've noticed on TV is you have all these black Democrats, and when they throw the race card out there, why doesn't anybody throw this back out there? Hey, Democrats, you're the one who created the KKK. You're the ones who created all the racist innuendos like, Margaret Sanger and all them. I've never heard not one person confront people like that when they throw, well, he's a racist, he's white supremacy. Remember, you represent a party that created the KKK and the white supremacy.
That's right.
You have a good day.
All right.
Love your show, my brother.
All right.
Keep up the green screen. You're the best. Rock on. Go President Trump. Thank God every day is a Christmas present.
It sure is. Man, great calls on the stream today. Yeah, again, the toll-free number is 1-888-465-2631. And my wife, Kathy, has made these really super cool Trump stickers. And you can order them. You can get 2 sheets of these for $10. There's a link in the description of the video. And if you're watching live, there's a link to the store pinned at the top of the live chat. And the website is stickersbythesea.com. Stickersbythesea.com. And this is my wife Kathy's website. She offers other things other than Trump stickers there too. You could check out. And right there, you get 2 sheets of these for $10. Stickersbythesea.com. And she made all of these. They're really cool. This is my set. You can't have this one. But you get when you buy them, you get 2 sets of them sent to you. Stickersbythesea.com. All right. Again, there's a link in the description of the video. And if you're watching live, there's a link pinned to the top of the chat. All right, so order those. They're very nice. I didn't pull up the website. Let me show you the website. I forgot to click to it. This is my wife's website, stickersbythesea.com, and you see she's got other things there that are pretty cool. And then the Trump stickers are right there. Okay, you just click those, and boom, you can order them right there. Pretty simple, huh? They look pretty cool, don't they? That's right. Perfect for the laptops. Stickersbythesea.com. Okay, now Bernie Sanders is worth many millions of dollars, and what business has this socialist ever been in? You know, this fake bum, Bernie Sanders, okay, he never had a full-time job until he got elected mayor of his town, all right? I'm serious. He was living off his parents until he was like 35 years old or something and got elected mayor, yet he's worth many millions of dollars. How does a bum who never had a job till he got elected to public office acquire millions of dollars? Yeah, well, he's in a panic over Elon Musk and DOGE. Listen.
Let's be clear about what's happening right now in Washington, D.C. Elon Musk is the wealthiest guy in the world. He contributed $270 million to elect Donald Trump as president. Surprise, surprise.
Don't you love this guy? What an asshole. Okay, he goes around and acts like, first off, that he's not a millionaire, okay? He got exposed by Bobby Kennedy Jr. for all that money that he took from the pharmaceutical donations, from the people that work for them and stuff, right? And how much money is he get? He's talking about Elon giving money. How much government money has he given through legislation being passed to donors?
Let's be clear about what's happening right now in Washington, D.C. Elon Musk is the wealthiest guy in the world. He contributed $270 million to elect Donald Trump as president. Surprise, surprise. He is now having the most important job in the United States government. That's what happens when you make a huge campaign contribution. And by the way, Musk today is $150 billion wealthier than he was before Trump was elected. How's that? Not bad.
Okay, now I just looked this. I found an article, and this article is dated January 3rd, okay? Bernie Sanders' net worth is estimated to be $3 million. Now, I know that's not Elon money, because he's the richest man who's ever lived, but he's a millionaire at least 3 times over, trying to act like he's some kind of socialist and poor.
Today is $150 billion wealthier than he was before Trump was elected. How's that? Not bad. Now, what Musk is
he's a lot wealthier than when he got elected, too.
Trying to do right now is to destroy USAID, a program which helps members of Congress and their families live high on the hog. That's what it really is, right? Hungry and sick children all over the world.
Hungry and sick children.
That's what the richest guy in the world is doing.
Hungry and sick children.
Today he's going after...
Let me tell you, if there was a hungry child because of Elon Musk and DOGE, that kid would be all over CNN, okay?
After USAID. Trust me, tomorrow he will be going after the programs that impact you and your family. That is...
No, my family doesn't take bribes or government money in exchange for favors. Oh, my goodness.
Medicaid. That is Medicare. That is community health centers. That is education. That is Pell Grants. That is affordable housing. Together, we are going to stand...
Affordable housing? I live in a house that I could afford. It's for the government. You know, they got that... You remember what Rush used to say? The Democrats go back to that same old tired playbook. It's always Medicare, Medicaid, Section 8 housing. Did he mention Social Security yet? Maybe, or
hungry and sick children all over the
yes.
world. The poorest people in the world. That's what the richest guy in the world is doing.
Well, then why does this old fossil need 3 million? Can he just get by on 1 million? Can he not give at least 2 of his 3 million? Can he not give it to the hungry and the sick children of the world so they're no longer hungry or sick? Since he's a bleeding heart.
Today he's going after USAID. Trust me, tomorrow he will be going after the programs that impact you and your family. That is Medicaid, that is Medicare, that is community health centers, that is education, that is Pell Grants, that is affordable housing. Together, we are going to stand up and fight back, get organized, and tell Trump that this country is a democracy. The government is supposed to work for all of us, not just the billionaire class. So stand up and fight back. We can
stand up and fight back. I gotta make Bernie smaller. He's tough to look at. Is he calling on an insurrection? Is he talking about standing up, interrupting government business, and opposing the president of the United States who was just elected with the majority of the vote, with the popular vote? Is he calling for an insurrection against the Trump administration, just like those podcasters? Sounds like it to me. Something's up here. I don't know exactly, but something is up. Now, another thing I want to mention that Trump has done here, which is pretty cool. Look at this. President Trump, this was just yesterday, ordered the Secret Service to provide every bit of info about his 2 assassins, who we know jack about. We know jack about them. And, it's here on my YouTube channel. I did a documentary on the golf course assassin since it was here. And I did that. I went to the spot where the assassin stood on the edge of the golf course, and I followed his escape route where he was parked all the way to where he was captured. So if you've not seen that video that I put here on my channel, go find it and check it out. It's amazing, and you can see there's a major. Believe me, he wasn't there for 12 hours with no one seeing him. But when I did that video, I did that video the day that they finally let people back in, because when that assassination attempt happened, those roads were closed, and there was an FBI investigation going on, and you couldn't get there. But it's on a public road across the street from a post office, and it's not too far from the radio station. So when they opened, the first morning that the road was open, I went over there, and I made this documentary, and I start right where the guy was. And I was able to find where he was along the bushes, because I went and I went online and I found photographs of the FBI with their crime scene tape around the spot. And there's a bunch of palm trees, and one of the palm trees had some markings on it on the row. So I found that palm tree and then counted the palm trees to the spot. He was not concealed. You'll see it when you watch the video. He was completely out in the open, especially wearing that pink shirt. But these two, and I rushed to do that video because I thought everybody and their brother with a YouTube channel would be doing it. And I am the only one who has done it. The only one. No one has gone there to make a video like I did with where he was standing, the escape route to where they got him. So you guys should go and watch that. But I documented it because it's here, not too far from where I live and work, and it was like being able to go to the book depository a couple days after what happened in Dealey Plaza. So I said, I'm going to go there. I'm going to document this. This is, and I thought everybody and their brother would be there. No one's done it, and you'll see it's very revealing when you get to see what the space actually looks like. We know nothing about these two guys. We know nothing about these two. Or their connections or friends. The guy in Florida, he was here for some time in Florida. We don't know who he was staying with, how long he was here. He was from Hawaii, they said. How did he get the AK-47? What was he doing in Ukraine? There's a lot of things about this guy. So this is huge. And when President Trump gets that information, they will release it. Now, this guy here, they're going to say he's got an open case. Who cares? It needs to be known. Now, They got Trudeau on a hot mic. By the way, this reporter here, she hates Trump. She hates President Trump. Okay? She may be pretending to like him now, but during the campaign, I was watching her. She hates Trump. In fact, she asked him a question, and he said, "You should know better. I know who you're with Fox. You should know better." Yeah. I can't remember what the question was. She hates him. But anyway, Trudeau says Trump is serious about Canada becoming the 51st state. This was on a hot mic thing. That's not really true. We don't, if we may have some Canadians watching, if Canada were to become a state, if the whole country were to become a state, right, they would get every state gets 2 U.S. senators. So they'd get 2 U.S. senators, and they'd get a whole bunch of House members too. The House of Representatives has 435 members. No more. So if a new state were to come in, those 435 House members would be reallocated across the states. That's why we don't make Puerto Rico a state, and that's why we don't make D.C. a state or the other U.S. territories, because they would all get 2 senators and House members, and it would throw the balance of both houses. It would just be messed up. It would be messed up. So we don't want to make, President Trump does not want to make Canada a state any more than he wants to make Puerto Rico a state. But with that being said, one of the reasons he talks about this state thing is because we're giving so much foreign aid to Canada. We're funding everything that Canada does. And I don't mean just their military. We're funding their entire socialized healthcare system. And he's making the point that we are supporting Canada more than we support other U.S. states. And since we're supporting them so much, they should be a state. He doesn't actually mean he wants to make them a state. And you see how these USAID compromised media people and government people are over DOGE, okay? You see that in this country? Canada's government are in a panic that U.S. foreign aid, which is $250 billion a year, according to President Trump, is going to end. We're funding their entire government. In their socialized healthcare system, the reason that it works, because they're not paying for it, we are. People say, oh, well, it works in Canada. Remember during Obamacare? Oh, it works in Canada. Why can't you have it in the United States? Well, Canada is not going to pay for ours. The only reason that socialized healthcare works in Canada is because we are paying for it, the United States. Think about that. That's crazy. Crazy. And they need to be cut off. And you know what? They're going to be cut off. He's in negotiations. Trump's using that foreign aid as a tool to get Canada to bend to his will. There's nothing we need from Canada. They're barely a country, Canada. They're on our coattails. We pay for their entire government and for their defense. It's nonsense. And that's going to end. That's going to end. Now, if you're new to my channel, my name's Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. I live stream every day. During the week, I'm live on the radio, and anytime I'm live streaming here from the studio, I'm taking live calls. So make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell, and you'll get a notification when I go live. But weekday mornings, I'm live from 6 a.m. till 9 a.m., but I'm always uploading content here, whether I live stream all the time like I'm doing now or wherever I happen to be in town, or my podcast or a vlog. I'm always uploading good MAGA content here. So make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell. And don't forget to order my wife's stickers at stickersbythesea.com. She just made these Trump stickers, and you get 2 sets for $10. This is my set right here. You get 2 sets for $10, stickersbythesea.com. And there's a link in the description of the video, and if you're watching live, there's a link pinned to the chat. So you just go there, and you can order 2 sets for $10, and these are all made by my wife, Kathy. So go there and buy those. Well, listen, everyone, thanks for joining me. My name's Brian Craig. This is where MAGA comes to talk. I'll see you next time.